Hello all. We are going to view device configuration and set a sample. Assume that Eclipse room controller is located in living room. Let's start to configurate. I'm going to enable proximity sensor, humidity sensor, and carbon dioxide sensor. Also, I am planning to use scene functions, so I'm going to enable it. Let's assume that there is 1 degree Celsius difference between sitting area and location of Eclipse room controller in living room. So I will decrease measured temperature by 1. For this, I will write -10 because factor is 0.1. Since I don't want to keep K and X bus busy, I will set cyclic sending interval time to 20 minutes. I prefer the device to send measured temperature in 0.2 degree changes. I will use only internal sensor. I will just change cyclic sending interval value to 20 minutes for humidity. Default thresholds are 500 ppm for threshold 1 and 1000 ppm for threshold 2. I want to redefine thresholds. I will set threshold 1 to 600 ppm and threshold 2 to 1300 ppm. I can enable pour level switching, which will be active when measured carbon dioxide is above threshold 2. I will use pour level switching to turn on fresh air ventilation. So I need to invert the value. Now let's link group addresses with related objects. I will set screensaver time to 60 seconds and enable password for settings. For this sample, I will not enable screensaver password. If you don't want the device to be controlled by unauthorized people, you can enable screensaver password. I will use main page for page 1. I will not use label 1 because I don't need for now. For status items, let's show temperature, humidity, and air quality. I will use scene control for main page buttons. Let's link group addresses with related objects. I can change the labels later via KNX bus with label text objects. I will set navigation page for page 2, but I will configure the links after I configure all pages. I want to add lights for page 3, and I will select list view for page function. I have 4 items to show on list view page. These are 2 switches, 1 dimmer and 1 tunable white. There is also RGB light, but I can add it to detailed control element page. In tunable white gateway, minimum and maximum color temperature values are configured as 2000 Kelvin for minimum and 6000 Kelvin for maximum, so I will keep them as same. I will add 2 master buttons for all on and off. Let's link group addresses with related objects. Next page will be detailed control element for RGB. I will use 3 bytes object for RGB color. Let's link group addresses with related objects. I will add list view page for shutter and blind. There are 1 shutter and 1 jalousie. I will use slat function for jalousie, but not for shutter. I will add 2 master buttons for all up and down. Let's link group addresses with related objects. Next page will be General Thermostat, and it will control floor heating. Control mode will be just heating, and I will enable Thermostat on-off function, so thermostat can be turned off when it is not wanted to be used. It is up to you to change default set points for operating modes. Thermostat will control floor heating relay for heating, so I will select 2-point on-off control type. I will set 0.3 degree for hysteresis. No need to enable fan control because there is no control unit related with fan. Let's link group addresses with related objects. Next page will be air conditioner control. Thus, some features of air conditioner like vane control or specific modes that are not supported by general thermostat can be controlled. I will set the parameters as same as AC gateway parameters. Let's link group addresses with related objects. There is another thermostat in dining room, and I want to control this thermostat via Eclipse room controller in living room. So I will add slave thermostat for next page. I will control both heating and cooling modes of dining room thermostat. I need to use external temperature sensor, so dining room temperature will be displayed on slave thermostat. I will enable the features of dining room thermostat that I want to control. Let's link group addresses with related objects. I want to display some information of sensors, and I will add status display page for that. In this page, outdoor temperature and values of living room and dining room sensors will be displayed. I prefer to name items as their location because it is easy to define the type of item with their icons and units. Let's link group addresses with related objects. I configured all pages. Now I can configure navigation links. I have two KNX scenes, including lights and blinds, in living room. These are enter room scene and leave room scene. I want to add floor heating thermostat operating mode, dining room thermostat operating mode, and air conditioner on-off into those scenes. So I will use scene functions of Eclipse room controller. When enter room scene is called, I want to set operating mode of thermostats to comfort mode. And when leave room scene is called, I want to set operating mode of thermostats to standby mode and turn off air conditioner. I will choose scene output 1 for operating mode of floor heating thermostat and scene output 2 for operating mode of dining room thermostat. So I need to select the data type as 1 byte unsigned for those scene outputs, and I will choose scene output 3 for air conditioner on-off. So I need to select the data type as 1 bit. Now let's configure these outputs according to scene number. Enter room scene number is 1 and leave room scene number is 2. When scene number 1 is called, I need to send 1 telegram to output 1 and 2 because of comfort operating modes. There is nothing with air conditioner in enter room scene, so I will not use scene output 3. When scene number 2 is called, I need to send 2 telegram to output 1 and 2 because of standby operating modes, and 0 telegram to output 3 because of turning off air conditioner. Now let's link group addresses with related objects. Now let's see what we did in the configurations. We set label 2, added 3 status items and 2 scene control buttons for main page. We set page shortcuts on navigation page. Thanks to navigation page, you can directly go to a page instead of scrolling through pages. We added list view page for lights. You can use shortcut buttons to control an item, or you can see detailed view of item by clicking on it. For the next page, we added RGB control. It is possible to set brightness of color and set the color via color wheel. We added list view page for blinds. You can use shortcut buttons to control an item, or you can see detailed view of item by clicking on it. Then we added general thermostat for floor heating, air conditioner control for AC, and slave thermostat for dining room thermostat, respectively. For the last page, we added status display page and added items for outdoor temperature and values of living room and dining room sensors. We used scene functions of Eclipse Room Controller for enter room scene and leave room scene. As you remember, there are already two KNX scenes including lights and blinds. We configured scene functions as when enter room scene is called, thermostats will be in comfort mode, and when leave room scene is called, thermostats will be in standby mode, and air condition will be turned off. The button at the lower right corner is Favorite Page button. It is possible to set a page as favorite, so whenever this button is clicked, Favorite Page will be displayed. To set a page as favorite, just hold the button for 3 seconds. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Bye for now.